At exactly 3 a.m., deep inside the rice fields of Avoyelles Parish, Louisiana, the night is completely silent. A thermal drone hovers hundreds of feet above the ground, while its operator, Wade Carrigan, studies every glowing shape on the screen. Through the thermal camera, the darkness comes alive. A group of 11 feral hogs moves slowly across the field, appearing as bright white heat signatures. On the ground, the hunting team waits quietly for instructions. Everything seems routine. Then something unexpected appears. Near the edge of the tree line, a 12th heat signature suddenly comes into view. It isn't feeding. It isn't moving with the herd. Instead, it stands perfectly still, watching. Slowly, it begins creeping towards the hogs. Just as the hunters prepare to fire, Wade grabs his radio. "Wait, don't shoot!" For nearly 11 seconds, everyone watches in silence. Then, without warning, the strange figure disappears into the darkness. No clear image, no explanation, only questions. But before discovering what Wade may have witnessed that night, we first need to understand why military-grade thermal drones are flying over Louisiana's farmland in the middle of the night. The answer begins with one of America's fastest-growing wildlife disasters. Across Louisiana, feral hogs have become completely out of control. More than 900,000 wild hogs now roam the state, damaging crops, destroying farmland, and spreading disease. Across the United States, experts estimate their population has reached around 6 million animals, making them one of the SAA country's most destructive invasive species. For farmers, the damage is devastating. Entire rice fields can be destroyed in a single night. Corn, soybeans, sugarcane, drainage systems, and fences are torn apart within hours, leaving farmers with massive financial losses year after year. Traditional methods no longer work. Fences fail. Traps catch only a few. Even experienced hunters struggle because wild hogs reproduce faster than people can remove them. That's why many farmers now rely on professional hunting teams equipped with advanced technology. Their greatest weapon isn't a rifle, it's a thermal drone. Originally developed for military operations, thermal imaging allows hunters to detect animals even in complete darkness. From high above the fields, every warm body glows brightly against the cold landscape. The drone operator identifies each target and guides hunters on the ground with incredible precision. For years, this system has helped remove thousands of destructive wild hogs, but on one ordinary hunting night. The technology captured something it was never designed to find, something that didn't behave like any hog or any animal the hunters expected to see. And that mysterious heat signature would soon lead Wade into one of the strangest wildlife investigations of his life. At first, Wade assumed the strange heat signature was nothing more than a mistake. Thermal cameras aren't perfect. From nearly 200 feet in the air, they don't show an animal's true appearance. They only display body heat. A deer, a hog, or another animal can all look surprisingly similar, especially when they're moving through thick vegetation. Weather, battery life, signal interference, and long hours staring at a thermal screen can also make identifying wildlife much more difficult. So Wade tried to forget about it. But only a few nights later, the same mysterious shape appeared again. Different field, same behavior. It stayed far away from the herd, hiding near the edge of the trees. It never rushed. It never wandered. Instead, it moved slowly, stopping every few steps before creeping forward again. Then it disappeared. A few nights later, it happened again. And again. By now, Wade realized this wasn't a coincidence. It was a pattern. After reviewing several nights of drone footage, one detail became impossible to ignore. The unknown animal always approached the hogs from the same direction. It stayed hidden along the tree line. It moved with incredible patience, and it always hunted alone. That immediately ruled out several possibilities. Coyotes were the first suspect. They're common throughout Louisiana and often hunt at night, but coyotes usually hunt in packs when attacking larger animals. More importantly, they target weak piglets, not healthy adult hogs. Whatever Wade was watching behaved completely differently. Next came another possibility, a black bear. Louisiana still has black bears, and they certainly have the strength to kill an adult hog. But the drone footage didn't match a bear's body shape. Bears are heavy, bulky, and move with a slow, lumbering walk. The mysterious figure was low to the ground, long, fast, and incredibly smooth. It almost seemed to glide through the darkness. That ruled out the bear as well. Now only one possibility remained, some kind of large solitary predator, but proving it would be almost impossible with thermal footage alone. Heat signatures couldn't reveal fur color, facial features, or even the exact species. If Wade wanted real answers, he would have to leave the sky and start searching on the ground. The team installed dozens of trail cameras throughout the property. Each camera was carefully hidden near game trails, feeding areas and locations where the mysterious animal had been seen. Then came the hardest part, waiting. Days turned into weeks. Every memory card brought disappointment. Hundreds of empty images, passing deer, raccoons, small animals, but never the mysterious hunter. Meanwhile, local farmers and experienced hunters began sharing strange stories. Some had discovered hog carcasses dragged deep into the woods and carefully covered with leaves. Others claimed that they had seen a large animal crossing remote roads late at night before disappearing into the trees. None of these stories proved anything, but together, they suggested one unsettling possibility. Something powerful, something intelligent, was quietly hunting Louisiana's wild hogs. And eventually, one hidden camera would finally capture the truth. Until leave, weeks passed with no answers. Then one morning, everything changed. As Wade checked another trail camera, he expected to find the usual empty frames. Instead, one short video stopped him in his tracks. There, hidden in the darkness, was the mysterious hunter. For the first time, it wasn't just a glowing heat signature. The camera captured its full shape. The animal crouched low to the ground, completely still. Every movement was slow, precise, patient. Not far away, a feral hog continued feeding, unaware that it was being watched. Then, without warning, the predator exploded forward. In a split second, it covered the distance and slammed into the hog with incredible speed. The camera shook from the violent struggle. But it had already captured the evidence Wade needed. A long, muscular body, powerful legs, a thick tail nearly as long as its body, and a sleek cat-like shape. There was no longer any doubt. It was a mountain lion, also known as a cougar or puma. For years, wildlife officials have maintained that Louisiana has no breeding population of mountain lions. Yet here was clear footage of one hunting wild hogs in the middle of the state. But an even bigger question remained. If mountain lions aren't supposed to live here, where did it come from? The answer lies in the remarkable behavior of young male mountain lions. When they become adults, many leave their birth territory and travel hundreds, even thousands of miles in search of a set place of their own, crossing rivers, highways, and forests without ever being noticed. Experts believe the animal Wade captured was likely one of these long-distance travelers that found an area full of easy prey and stayed for a while. Mountain lions are among the most elusive predators in North America. They hunt alone. They avoid people whenever possible. And after making a kill, they often drag it into dense cover before returning later to feed. Because of these habits, one can live surprisingly close to people without ever being seen. That makes this footage extraordinarily rare. Ironically, the thermal drones were never meant to discover rare wildlife. They were purchased for one purpose only, to help farmers control destructive feral hogs. But in the process, they accidentally became powerful wildlife research tools. Every flight now reveals a hidden world that most people never see. From black bears and bobcats to rare predators passing quietly through the night. Researchers have even begun taking interest in this kind of footage because it can reveal animals that our traditional surveys often miss. Perhaps the most fascinating part of this story is what it says about nature itself. While humans spend millions trying to control invasive wild hogs, a natural predator may already be helping restore balance, not with machines, not with weapons, but simply by doing what it has always done: hunt. Whether that mountain lion is still roaming Louisiana remains unknown. It may already be hundreds of miles away, or it could still be moving silently through forests where no one expects it. One thing, however, is certain. Sometimes the greatest discoveries happen when you're searching for something completely different. So the next time technology uncovers a strange signal in the darkness, you have to wonder, what else is out there, waiting to be discovered? Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this documentary, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more true wildlife mysteries. We'll see you in the next video.